Hi garden friend, would you like to make a gorgeous holiday planter for almost free? Today I'm using the designer's rule of 3, and in this video I'm going to show you how 3 types of evergreens and a few inexpensive decorations create a stunning winter container. So if you're ready, let's go, shall we? I've got 3 evergreen elements here. I've got a bluish color of fir, and then I have this beautiful cedar with these beautiful berries on them. And then there is another fir there, and that's Douglas fir. And I'm going to use these 3 elements to put together my winter container garden. Now I've just got a regular pot here with potting soil in it. And one thing that you want to remember is that if your potting soil is frozen, what you can do is you can take a water kettle full of hot water and you can thaw out your pots, and then that way you're able to move the soil around in order to manipulate our greenery. One thing you want to remember to do is give your branch a fresh cut. Now, the water is going to continue to wick up through here. Having a fresh cut is relatively important. And then I'm just trimming off little bits of this. When creating a festive winter planter, I like to keep things simple by following the rule of 3s. I typically choose 3 different types of evergreen to give the arrangement texture and visual interest without making it too busy. The rule of 3s is a classic design principle that creates balance and looks naturally appealing to the eye. For this container, I'm using a mix of evergreen textures. I didn't have anything with long needles, but I do have some fullness and a little bit of softness. And you always make sure you have something to drape or spill over the edges. Once your evergreens are in place, that's when the fun begins. I'll be adding berries for that pop of color. And I don't have any birch branches for height, but you could also use that, and that would be a white contrast. Now we have this beautiful cedar with these berries on it. Aren't those beautiful? The key is to start your evergreens as your foundation and then layer in your decorative elements at the end. Don't be afraid to stick in things at different angles and heights. That's what gives it organic, gathered from the woods look. Just keep layering these evergreens in whatever way you would like, but I like the different contrast and colors of green. Now I'm going to put these elements, which are these pine cones here, and I'm going to attach them to these dowels using wire. Now all we do is take the wire and wrap it around the base of this pine cone to secure it, and all we do is just twist the wire around. And what this does is it allows you to move the pine cone in some different directions. Simple as that. Now this is basically the only thing that I purchased was these berries here because I couldn't find any in my own garden. And I almost forgot to tell you, I just went to where they sell Christmas trees and I asked them if they had any free branches that they wanted to get rid of, and they said yes. So this didn't cost me anything, just this element here and the dowels and the wire. But I adjust these berries to kind of fluff them out a little bit. And these only cost me a couple of dollars. And they'll hold up all winter long, of course. And see how I'm just moving and manipulating these branches around? and that gives it some fullness, similar to what I did with my Christmas wreath. And there you go. Just like that. All I do is take these pine cones that are attached to these dowels and I put them at different angles and different heights. So there's some variation and it's a grouping together. The pine cones that are on these dowels, now the dowels will be covered up with some evergreen foliage as I fluff up and add more evergreens to this planter. I'm just placing a few little elements in here that were inexpensive things that I had around my home, including this bell here and these pine cones I already had. Now what I've also done is I decided to add a little bit of lights to this. I don't know if you can see if it's showing up too much. They're tiny little fairy lights. And all I do is take the bottom of the lights and I'm going to wrap it in a baggie and then I'm just going to stash it down underneath all the foliage. And this is the end I'm just going to put in a baggie and tuck underneath that foliage there. As I said, all of these were free, and it doesn't hurt to ask if you go to where they sell Christmas trees if they have extra branches available for free. I know that's where I got mine. I also show you how to make a Christmas wreath like this one. I will link it at the end of the video so you can see that one as well. See what a simple and easy project this is, and it doesn't take that much time, and it definitely doesn't take a lot of money. Now you could go a little more elaborate than what I've showed here, but this is just one way that you could put your pots together in your winter festive holiday containers for basically free. I hope this has inspired you today. I hope you're having a great gardening day, and I'll catch you in the next one.